geology lab. Now we're going to be talking about rocks and minerals today. Do you guys know the difference between a rock and a mineral?
A rock is made up of a bunch of minerals.
Yes. And then a mineral?
A mineral is just made up of that mineral.
So a good example is right here. This is Pikes Peak granite. So we have many different minerals. You can actually see the different colors of them.
What's the red?
And then the red is called feldspar. And then you can see the white is quartz. And then there's some shiny pieces in there, and that's mica. And then this one here, this is a mineral. It has the same chemical composition all the way through, and you can see it because it's all the same color. Now, there's 3 different types of rocks. Do you guys know what the different types of rocks are? Have you ever heard of them? You're going to be that kid. Yes, Ryan.
Ignorant rock.
I guess.
Very close, Ryan.
I guess.
That's a good guess.
I guess.
Close. Yes.
Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic.
I want to say something funny just because.
All right, so we're
Like,
gonna
I just
start
wanted
with
to go on.
ideas. We're going to go back here to this piece of granite. We already talked about the 3 different minerals that were pressed together to make this rock. This is an igneous rock. Now, if you put this rock under a lot of heat and pressure, it's going to become a metamorphic rock, and it's going to look something like that, or this. And then,
Like what?
or this. Anyway, and then we have our sedimentary rocks. So for example, we have limestone, which is what we're standing in now. If you take a bunch of shells and bones and press them together, it becomes this limestone. And if you put this limestone under heat and pressure, it becomes marble, which is a metamorphic rock. Yes?
Well, if you take all those bones and seashells and you crush them together and you get a big block of limestone, where did this big block go? Where did all these bones and seashells come from?
I'll explain that to you momentarily.
Okay, thank you.
So, do you guys know how cave forms? Any guesses?
Wind.
Wind.
Trolls.
A bear.
Ninjas.
No, definitely not.
Miners.
Goblins.
Yes!
It's
Goblin
all
miners.
dwarves. You ever heard of snow white?
Gollum.
Got one of those colors.
So a long time ago, Colorado was covered in a shallow sea. Now, there are all kinds of little organisms that lived in that sea. Over time, they died. And their bones
Bobby,
and
Bobby,
their shells
we're going to send you to the
and
back
their-
by the
and their
teacher.
worm poop
She's using
were all
5th grade words.
pressed together under the weight of the water above it to form this rock that we're now standing inside of. And when, yes,
Why'd they die?
because that happens sometimes when things get too old.
What's an organism?
It's a living being.
Okay.
Now, when the Rocky Mountains started to uplift, about 70 million years ago, cracks formed in this limestone. We call them lifelines. Do you know why we call them lifelines?
Because you can tell how old you are when you look at them.
Do we have lifelines in this room?
Not in this room, no, but I will show you when we go to the other room. So remember what we talked about now. Lifelines brought life to our cave. The water used to drip down through those cracks and mix with carbon dioxide to form carbonic acid. Now, do you know where we can find carbon dioxide right here in this room? Yes?
No, not in this room.
Okay.
On the
Oh,
shell.
yes. Coming out of my mouth.
Yes. Take a deep breath in, oxygen, and then breathe out. You guys just release carbon dioxide. Now, the carbon dioxide mixes with the water to form a weak carbonic acid, and that carbonic acid eats away at the calcium in the rock, and it left us with these caverns that we now have. So I'm going to show you an example. So this is this acid, and this is limestone. What's going to happen when I put this acid on this limestone?
It's
Explosion.
gonna make it trip balls.
Well, let's take a look. Are you guys ready?
Holy shit. Step back a little bit.
It almost exploded, I was worried. So this process here is called dissolution. That's a really big word that basically means that the acid is eating away at the calcium in the rock, like we discussed earlier. So I'm gonna, wow, that smells bad.
My mouth too.
I'm waiting for nose to bleed.
Yeah, it just starts. Alright, so